Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're taking a step back, a calm, reflective journey into something that literally affects every single one of us, the true meaning of financial freedom. We're going to move way beyond that shiny illusion of luxury we're sold every single day, and instead try to discover what true wealth really is. We'll be looking closely at some fascinating data and psychological insights to redefine what it actually means to live a rich life. So before we even look at the data, I want you to ask yourself a deeply personal question. Does the endless pursuit of traditional success and material wealth actually buy us any real peace of mind? We're constantly told that if we just work a little harder, get that next promotion, or buy that bigger house, we'll finally be happy. But is that actually true? Keep that question in the back of your mind as we explore what the experts and the evidence are really telling us. We see it all the time, right? Forbes constantly highlighting monumental wealth. Headlines celebrating folks like David Beckham building a billion-dollar empire after his athletic career. Now, while that is undeniably an incredible achievement, it sets a massive and, quite frankly, often unattainable societal benchmark for success. When we're constantly seeing these 10-figure net worths celebrated as the ultimate goal, it completely warps our understanding of what is enough. And it can leave us feeling like we're constantly falling short, no matter how hard we work. There's this brilliant piece in Psychology Today by Dr. Elizabeth Lee, and she really hits the nail on the head. She points out how we often get so fixated on how others made it. We buy into this fantasy that someone else holds the secret to our life. But in doing so, we struggle to accept our own limitations and the fundamental reality that no single life can have absolutely everything. We end up exhausting ourselves chasing somebody else's highlight reel instead of figuring out what actually brings us fulfillment. Section 1. The hidden cost of luxury. Psychology Today actually revealed a heartbreaking reality about this, particularly when exploring why high-achieving men often suffer in absolute silence. You see, they hit their targets, they stack up the wealth, and they accomplish these massive goals, only to find an undeniable emptiness instead of joy. The research shows that for these individuals, the hardest thing to admit isn't failure, it's that their towering success isn't actually making them happy. It's a profound sense of isolation, totally disguised as a victory lap. And this anxiety, it doesn't just stay in the executive suite. It bleeds right into our daily grind. CNBC recently reported on this rising trend called doom jobbing. Basically, this happens when the sheer stress of unemployment or career burnout leads to frantic, anxiety-worsening job searches. Instead of making calculated, healthy career moves, people are panic applying, and that actually hurts their career prospects while actively destroying their mental health. It's the ultimate symptom of a culture that's just obsessed with grinding at all costs. Section 2. Freedom over the grind. So we're looking at a pretty stark contrast between two entirely different mindsets here. On one side, you have the endless pursuit of luxury, a path filled with anxiety, doom jobbing, and this constant hunger for status. But on the other side, the intentional pursuit of freedom. This alternative path isn't about accumulating the most stuff. It's about working less, protecting your peace, and genuinely living more. It is a fundamental shift in how we measure a successful day. To put this in perspective, consider this staggering CNBC report about a 26-year-old bringing in $462,000 a year from an Etsy side hustle. But here's the crazy part. The most important number in his story isn't that massive income. It's the number 20. He only works 20 minutes a day. He has completely optimized his life, not just for income, but for autonomy. He successfully bought back his time, which, as we know, is our ultimate non-renewable resource. We're also seeing this massive cultural shift happening online. Over on Reddit, users are actively prioritizing love instead of debt. There was this highly popular post that echoed this exact sentiment, where a worker described finding profound peace simply by paying off their balances and choosing to live completely debt-free. They weren't out there chasing $1 billion. They were just escaping the crushing weight of owing someone else their future. They chose peace over prestige. Section 3. Redefining true wealth. If we want to understand what ultimate wealth really looks like, we have to look at this fascinating CNBC feature on Dr. Howard Tucker. He is the world's oldest practicing doctor, and at 103 years old, he is still thriving. He's still engaged and still finding immense joy in his daily life. His version of wealth has allowed him to sustain his passion for over a century. Dr. Tucker shared his 3 simple rules for a long and happy life, and they are so refreshing. First, skip chasing luxury. Second, reject corporate titles. And third, simply enjoy your health. By completely ignoring the traditional markers of success we stress over every single day, he proves that true wealth is really about having the health and mindset to actually enjoy the life you've built. But it's not just centenarians who understand this. We can actually learn this from the youngest among us too. There was a beautiful Psychology Today article that highlighted how an 8-year-old's perspective can completely cure our deep-seated money worries. When offered a choice between a lavish, expensive toy that required his parents to work extra hours or a simple afternoon playing outside with them, the child chose the time together without hesitation. Children naturally value experiences, connection, and presence over complex financial statuses. Sometimes we really just need to unlearn the anxieties we've picked up from a hyper-competitive society and return to that foundational simplicity. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a deeply important thought to reflect on today. Take a look at your daily habits, your stress levels, and your goals, and ask yourself honestly, are you sacrificing your precious, finite time to build an illusion of success for others to see? Or are you quietly, intentionally designing a life of true, lasting freedom for yourself? Because at the end of the day, the choice of what true wealth means is entirely yours. Thank you for exploring this with me.